Precious Metal Summit in Zurich. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. With me here is now Aben Resources and Jim Pettit, who is the CEO of the company, wants to give us an insight. Good morning.
Good morning.
Great
to have me here.
Yeah, great to have you here, Jim. And let's first start with a little overview on the company, because I think it's the first time that you're at Commodity TV.
This is the first time here.
Yeah. So what's the company doing? Where are you? I think you're in British Columbia on the Golden Triangle,
we're
right?
a gold exploration company. We're very active in northwestern British Columbia, which is an area called the Golden Triangle. It's it's known for high grade.
Yeah.
It's very historic.
Yeah.
There's lots of undiscovered mineralization to find, and there's lots of deposits in the development stage up there.
That's right. Fantastic.
A lot of old producing mines.
Yeah, fantastic. So how was the year 2019 so far? I had a little look on your website, and I saw you had values like 331 grams of gold and stuff like this, and you were quite active with drilling, right? So maybe you can comment a bit on that.
Well, we've been 3 years now. The first year was just accumulating the land position. Took us better part of a year. And in 2017, we drilled 9 holes, and the first 6 were really good, particularly 4, 5, and 6, in excess of 30 grams. Good intervals, 10 meters, 12 meters. And then last year we did it again. We went underneath that zone, and we hit the first hole of the season last year was spectacular. I'd not ever seen a hole like that. It was 38.7 grams over 10 meters.
Wow. That's a lot.
But within it was a zone of 6 meters of 92 grams.
Outstanding. And what depth was that?
Very shallow. Everything we found to date, all the mineralization we're finding is within 125 meters deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be like open pittable for the future.
Yeah, what we've done so far could be.
Scenario,
if you look that far ahead, I try not to.
Of course.
We're in the discovery phase, so we've hit this high-grade zone. We've now put 30 holes into it, so we've constrained it. We know what it is. We're trying to figure out where it came from. Because as we move south away from it, because we're in an area that's 6 kilometers north-south, 2 kilometers east-west, and it's very highly mineralized, the whole valley. And we've been following geophysical structures as we go south. And as we go south, we see that it tends to be lower grade. So we're in an area that has the pockets of real high grade. Where'd they come from? That's our goal right now. So it's a very large regional exploration drill program.
Okay, super. And I mean, I think the property is like 24,000 hectares almost, right? So
Yeah, it's very large. It's 50 kilometers long.
Yeah. Wow.
And it runs right up the Kerr Fault, it's called, which is the major structural driving force for the whole Golden Triangle. You can see it from space.
Oh, wow.
Nice. And so that's why we selected that. It's right in between Eskay Creek and Snip, the old 2 mines, the 2 of them. Well, Eskay in particular was one of the richest gold mines in the world, and silver.
Fantastic. So what is the goal for 2020? What do you want to do? What's the work program?
Well, we've drilled now 20,000 meters in 2 years, which is quite an accomplishment. We've got our cost really constrained for up there. We're quite pleased with everything so far. We were learning a lot because we are in exploration. We're going to have enough data where I think we could probably find the involvement of a major going forward as a catalyst for next year. And I've also got a couple other projects on the go that I'm looking at to bring in as a full-time, full year-round project. There's, it's a valuation process, could take time, but I think it's going to, it'll eliminate this cyclical, seasonal, the way the stock...
News flow, etc.
Well, you got a 3-month drill season, and the stock builds up from December to, we start drilling the end of June. Stock might be up to, well, this year it was at 25 cents. We didn't have great results this season so far. We've got, moderate, lower grade results. The market wanted the high grade. Sold off.
Yeah,
sold off. Went from 25 to 10 cents.
Yeah.
Whereas last year we started at 10, went to 25, and then up to 40 on good news.
Yeah,
but it only lasts 3 months, and then it's over for everybody. And it's tough to plan with a cycle like that because not only is the season in October, November is very, very, it's a tough month for tax loss selling.
Well, it is for
everybody. And in Canada, which a lot of people in Europe don't understand, if you sell stock for tax loss purposes, you can't buy it back for 30 days. So that's why at the end of December, things start to perk up again.
To move up,
Yeah.
To me, a little bit of stupid system, but it is what it is. Makes no sense. I also saw in your presentation you have quite some prominent shareholders.
Oh, we do. We've got Eric Sprott's our biggest shareholder. He owns 11%. He's the biggest gold bug in the world.
That's right.
Having him attached to the company is, it's kudos for us. It's that whole last year got his attention, and I told him, I've got $1 million worth for you, and I've got $1 million for another fella in Vancouver, but I'm having trouble. He wants the warrant changed and all that, and Eric just he very cutely said to me, "I'll take his. Don't worry about it."
Okay, cool, super.
And he ended up with half that hard dollar financing.
Absolutely. That's not easy to do so, but at least you found it there, and that's fantastic.
And we have big involvement from OTP Bank in Budapest.
That's the next thing I wanted to ask about. Yeah, correct. And who else are the shares? What is management?
Management has about 15%.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
And you bought that in the market by yourself?
I have bought some. I tend not to. I tend to exercise options and hold them, like don't sell them. A lot of Canadian tax laws makes a lot of people sell to do it, right? I don't do that. I'll just take the money and exercise the option, and it increases my position over time.
Okay. Maybe can you give us also a general commitment, let's say, on the exploration side in Canada? How do you feel the market? How do you recognize the market these days?
Oh, I think the market's it's good for gold. Generally, for the other commodities, not so much yet. But you can kind of sense it's coming. Gold, the biggest thing about the gold market since May, because it moved up $300 since May, was heightened expectations. A lot of it was unreasonable, but everybody got euphoric. It's coming back, yay! But it's still realism out there for us. We're spending hard dollars in the ground, and we've got to do the best we can with what we've got, but it's the gold companies that can still raise the money in not a great market. That's why I'm in gold. I don't necessarily need a general bull market to be able to be successful.
Absolutely. Great. Super. So once again, major target for 2020, what do you want to achieve?
For 2020, we've got already some things showing up from this year's drill program that we want to go back in for next year. One is the heat source. We think we're onto something. It showed up in the geophysics. Unfortunately, we couldn't do any surface work because it's covered, but it sticks out. Whereas all the other things we were testing this year we could match the geophysics with the geochem. And in this case, we got an area that just is right beside the high-grade zone. And we want to test that. Plus, one of the holes down further south from the high-grade zone touched on, about 35 meters to the bottom of this one hole, the what we call the mudstones, which is the Esque formation. That's the holy grail up in that area. So now we've identified a VMS system we have obviously tapped into. That's good. That's really good. That's what Noranda was looking for back in the day, where we've got holes drilled by them on our property, 1 kilometer spacings between the holes. That's all they were looking for.
Okay.
If they didn't hit that VMS, the mudstones, they moved. They kept going.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So lots of work, I would say, for 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it going, and all the best for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it was Jim Pettit, and from Aben Resources, the CEO, and you heard it. Lots of good things are going on. Some spectacular drill holes they had so far. Good discovery holes, and lots of work in front of them for 2020. So check out the company. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich.